Shalom and welcome to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles.
So Shabbat Shalom and welcome. I am not Rabbi Adam Kligfled. I'm Rabbi Matt Shapiro, but I'm glad to have the opportunity to pause a little bit with everyone as we move into Shabbat. And I want to talk about that. I want to linger on that idea actually for a few moments by way of introduction, and then we'll take some time to just take some nice deep breaths before Shabbat comes in. This parasha Vayera contains the both well-known and very fraught narrative of the Akedah. And the concept of pausing in this narrative is a challenging one. At the very beginning, Abraham is told to take his son, his only son, the son he loves, Yitzchak, away. And we're told shortly afterwards, Vayashkem Avraham Baboker, that he gets up early in the morning to go do this. And the rabbis interpret this as being that he responds with alacrity. He responds really eagerly to this call. And on the other end of the story, right as Abraham is about to offer his son up, there is the moment when the angel calls out, Avraham, Avraham. And only then does Avraham say, Hineni, here I am. But the sense with the doubling of his name is that Avraham might not have heard the angel the first time, and he really needs to be shaken from what he's doing before he can pause. And I would offer up, you'd think those would be the opposite, right? You would think that Avraham would really, really pause before taking on a task like this. And then as he's taking up this potentially horrific deed of sacrificing his son, he would ready to pause at a moment's notice, that he'd be looking for any indication at all to say, hold on, wait a second, what am I really doing here? And I'll invite us to think about that for ourselves as well. Because I think there are moments when we rush to do something before really pausing and saying, hey, is this something I should do? And there are moments that we pause when we should really jump right in. There are moments when an opportunity arises and we dither and we overthink it and we say, wait a minute, am I sure this is right? Instead of just saying, you know what? This is the moment to just go ahead and to seize this moment and to take up this opportunity. So I am going to invite us to pause for a few minutes now. And as a prompt for this, I'll say that it's easy. It's easy to rush around before Shabbat. I'll just say here that I'm about to take a little time off of work. So, the to-do list is long. I want to get everything squared away before I go away so that things aren't lingering. And it's tempting for me to just go, right? What needs to happen? How can I get this done? But when I'm doing that, things can get lost in the shuffle. And there can be moments of rushing that turn into bulldozing, and I'm not as thoughtful or as mindful as I might otherwise be. So it's a good time to take a few breaths. And it's a good time to say, this is a moment not for rushing, but for pausing, because that's also the opportunity that Shabbat as a spiritual practice holds out to us. And that's something that our tradition invites us to do regularly. And it's an opportunity that we can claim for ourselves, and we'll claim that opportunity for ourselves now. So I'll invite you to get comfortable. If you're like me, the shoulders and the upper back are where a lot of tension is carried, so to try to lower those shoulders, if that's helpful for you. Sitting up nice and straight. Stretching out whatever needs to be stretched out. Keeping those legs and feet comfortable in a relaxed but present position. For me, it's having them at a right angle, feet firmly on the floor, knees at a right angle to the ground, but whatever is comfortable and present for you. And I'll invite us to breathe for about 5 minutes instead of rushing, instead of just jumping to whatever might be next for us, to say this is a moment to pause, to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, and to claim this opportunity to just sit and be for about 5 minutes. If your mind happens to be wandering, as the mind sometimes does, I'll offer up a sweet and simple mantra, as it were, that I read this week, just saying very simply to ourselves, this, here, now. Just, the words are helpful to offer that up, this idea of this, here, now. So we take a few more minutes to breathe. Inviting you to take 2 more nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. once more. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. If you'd like to, you can open your eyes back up if they've been closed and resettle yourself. And I'll just offer the twofold thought that hopefully this brief moment of pause on the one hand reminds you of the importance and value of pausing, and as you head into Shabbat, that you're able to bring these moments of reflection in when they're needed, and also that hopefully these moments of pause in turn offer the rejuvenation and presence to know when to claim those moments that need to be claimed with vigor and with excitement and with energy. And with that, I wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom that is both energizing and meaningfully quiet. And we'll see you soon. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thanks.
You have been listening to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. If you enjoy these podcasts, we invite you to write a review on the Apple Podcast site or wherever you get your podcasts. For more information about Temple Beth Am Los Angeles, go to tbala.org.